Hello, Daniel. You're from Tennant, but I think you've got quite a few other jobs, haven't you? So I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Okay.
Where are you from?
Right, so I'm Daniel Cross, so I'm the UK Marketing Manager for Tennant. We're a global manufacturer of professional cleaning machines. My other hats include Chair of the Marketing for the CSSA, which is the Cleaning and Support Services Association, and I also the co-founder of the FM North Networking Club.
And you're very into networking and marketing, aren't you?
I think they both go hand in hand, and I'm a firm believer in the sort of old school way of marketing, face-to-face conversations, actual meetings in person and not online. They tend to get the better results because you're buying from people then and you're not buying from a company.
One of the questions that a lot of our members have at the moment is they're looking at the news and the economy and they're concerned. They're seeing a few cancellations where people have not got quite enough money. We may be coming into a recession. What's your take on this from a marketing point of view?
Well, it's hitting everyone. It's hitting smaller businesses, big businesses, myself included. I think one of the misconceptions is that when people start thinking the purse strings are getting tighter, the first thing they do is look at what they call unnecessary costs. And unfortunately, marketing always falls in that. However, that is a huge mistake because if anything, you should be ramping up your marketing, mainly because the mass majority of people will in fact reduce their marketing, so you need to be the company that actually stands out more. There's actually a lot of ways you can do marketing for little to no cost at all, and those are the kind of options you'll be looking into.
I want to know, how are we going to market for free? That would be ideal. What's your best advice?
Well, a lot of business owners, you have to learn a lot of other skills. So you're running a cleaning business, you don't just have to be an expert at cleaning, you also have to know how to do your taxes and your books. And part of that is learning how to do marketing. So one expense is social media. You don't necessarily need to hire a social media agency or an expert or a design team. There's lots of free tools out there you can do for yourself. So you can make your own social content using applications such as PowerPoint or online tools like Canva. Really professional, really simple to use. And it's just a bit of time. Dedicate your time to coming up with some content, coming up with some topics, scheduling it a calendar, get that done on a Saturday or Sunday morning while you're having your coffee, and then the rest of your week is clear to do your business because your marketing's already been taken care of.
Love that. And I know we use, there's a lot of schedulers now built into Facebook and things.
Yeah.
What's your take on the different social medias? Because obviously there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's TikTok, there's Nextdoor. The list is endless. Where do we prioritise?
It is, and again, regardless of the state of the economy or your particular budget, social media is ultimately a free tool. Each person has their favourite chocolate bar, their favourite cereal, so each person has their favourite social media platform. So it shouldn't be right just to concentrate on Facebook and not Instagram, or LinkedIn and not Twitter, because you're going to be excluding a part of the audience. And quite frankly, let's face it, it's not that difficult to change one thing to fit an Instagram post and do the same thing to fit on a Facebook post. It does take a bit of extra time to schedule on those different platforms, but by no means exclude any of those platforms.
But you can get like Hootsuite, Social Pilot, there's a few others that will schedule them all in one place.
Absolutely, so we use a program called Buffer. Buffer's a fantastic tool. You can load up to 30 posts in one go. But like you were saying before, if you go on Facebook's MetaSuite, then you can co-schedule your Instagram and Facebook things on MetaSuite, and you can see exactly when it's going out, how many likes, how many interactions you've had. And again, that's a completely free tool for you to use.
So coming into the more paid ones, a debate that often comes up is, do I need a website? And now I talk to some of the bigger businesses, and honestly, being top of Google, they just have work pouring in. How important do you believe a website is now?
I think a website gives your business a bit of credibility. I think if anyone goes online looking for your company and you've not got a good online presence, they might think you're not a serious company. However, in my experience, I've known a number of very, very successful businesses who don't have a website, and they've actually won all their business through LinkedIn and Facebook.
Yeah. And what else? You're saying face-to-face? For a small domestic business, how would they go about doing that?
Well, there are absolutely tons of face-to-face networking groups happening, big and small. Some you have to pay for, some are completely free. I've seen a huge boost post-COVID of people wanting to get back out there, not have WebExes, not have Skype conversations. So you can go on Eventbrite, for instance, type in your postcode. There'll be small groups that get together over coffee mornings. Some are more social drink evenings. But these things are often free to attend once a month, and you can make some really good connections.
And one of the things people struggle with when they go to networking events is knowing how to make the most of it. So they turn up and they have a chat and they go, oh, that was nice. I've got a couple of email addresses. What do I do next? Because you almost have to have a bit of a plan, don't you, in networking?
You do have to have a bit of a plan. Have your elevator pitch ready. Make sure you've got some business cards on you. Don't go with, well, this is my advice, but don't go with flyers and promotional materials. From my experience, if I'm in a social setting, I treat it as a social setting. I don't treat it as a formal business meeting. If someone wants to know about one of my products, I'll get my phone out, show them some videos on YouTube, and then you follow up later with a nice email. Nice to meet you. Here's the information that I didn't bring to the event. If there are any more questions, please get in touch with me.
So you don't go out there handing a flyer to everyone and not speaking to anyone. You're not.
You go and you network, and you're there to meet strangers. You're there to meet people you don't know who could potentially become business clients. Depending on the event and their setup, if it's a social event, then treat it as a social event. Don't go in ready to pitch and give a presentation. You're there just to say, hello, how have you been? What's your business like? And go from there.
And for a lot of people, if they haven't networked before, it's terrifying.
It is.
Now, you don't seem like you're terrified of networking.
I've had a couple of years experience, but as a person, I like meeting new people. As I said before, I'm all for the face-to-face meetings. So similar to all the other aspects of your marketing, if you're not comfortable doing your own social media content, then perhaps it is looking for some assistance with that. And likewise with networking, if you're just going to go stand in the corner, not speak to anyone and be terrified, then maybe not your best option for a marketing tool.
Perfect. So what other tips have you got, marketing, coming into a recession? Any other advice? Because people are going to start struggling.
My advice is don't give up. Definitely do not tone down your marketing. If anything, tone it up. Just be aware of the messages you're sending out. Bear in mind the boat everyone's in, so you don't want to go in being patronizing or anything like that. And do look into these free options. Do some research on Google about social media content creation. Set up accounts if you've not already got them ready. Familiarize yourself with that platform and then move forward, and hopefully we'll come out of it smiling.
And what's your link? Where are we going to find you? What's the best one?
You can find me at FM North, which is a social event in Manchester. It happens on the 4th Wednesday of every month at the Lawn Club.
Or you can excuse now, have I?
No excuse whatsoever.
Quite posh, quite nice.
Or find me on LinkedIn. I'm on there quite a lot.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Lovely to see you.
You too.